audience that don't know what we're talking about, can you explain a little bit what exactly your work is so they understand?
So I've just been documenting specifically the Black Lives Matter movement ever since George Floyd. I think it's been 2 years and change now. And in the beginning, it was just everyone was super excited. The community was coming together. Everyone was on the street. And I think it might have been the combination of just being in the pandemic and in the situation and seeing how America is treating the people, which made everyone so outraged. But protests, they came, they got larger and larger, then they started getting smaller and smaller.
Talk about that part.
And I think at the end of the day, it might be because knowledge was the key to spread to people so they have something to take home, and maybe that might have been what was missing. I don't know, there was a huge, I noticed a struggle between leaders and fighters. The leaders wanted to be leaders, the fighters wanted to be fighters, but you have to be a leader and a fighter at the same time.
You gotta know what the situation calls for too.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I believe in protests. I think there's if you have a message and a reason for doing what you're doing,
Organization.
You have to have a strong organization. So my purpose, I felt during that whole time, wasn't to be a forefront or a leader or anything. I was kind of like a fly on the wall, just capturing candid moments from what was happening, because every photographer has their own input and their own way to capture a story. But I kind of felt like what I was doing was a little bit different than what I saw, because I would just get from a far distance, I would get really close into people's faces with like a zoom lens. So I guess there's two kinds of ways to document these things that I saw. There were photographers who would go up around people, ask them for their photos. They would kind of take like portrait shots, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. I just found that I would found something more naturally and candid with just staying on the side and letting occurrences happen and just catching.
Raw dog.
Exactly.
Yep. He the one that's keeping us safe, and like lo and behold, like not to cut you off, because I feel like I've seen you at a couple of protests, and it's like because one thing about the photographers, they gonna get that shot. Like I've seen photographers climb almost scaling up on the Manhattan Bridge just to get that image of us walking across, and I'm sitting there like, dear God, I get like fuck the falling, but it's like damn, like. You want to make sure that you want to get it's documented. Like even like that. I don't know if y'all remember like the square off between the protesters and the police, and it was on CNN. And I'm like, my mom is calling me like, you on CNN, girl? I'm like, girl, get off the phone. Like, I cannot speak to you right now. Now they're gonna know where I'm at. She's like, well, I'm proud of you. It hangs up. But it's like, and it's like, she didn't see me on camera, but she knew that. I share my location with every protest I go to. I always share my location because I have brothers and sisters who are paranoid, but they know that I'm doing it for the greater good. But like to get back to you, like taking those shots, like the woman that was that drove that car down Times Square during the ICE protest, and it was if it wasn't for the photographer taking the picture of her in that car, old girl would have got away.
But that's why the protest is happening now, like because everything is being documented. Like in 2021, there's cameras everywhere. You can see, like, literally technology is, I won't say saving some black folks' lives, but it's creating the dialogue for justice. You know what I mean?
At
like
this point,
we could at least prosecute these fucking people who kill us. You know, before we just go to somewhere and be like, yo, this guy just shot my brother. Okay, where's your proof?
Because there's no benefit of the doubt for the black community.
At all.
None, bro.
Show me.
Show me. The burden is on us.
Show me. And then I'm going to try to bury this footage. We'll see how buried I
am. Or the fact that the footage comes out months later, like Breonna Taylor. How the fuck we finding out about this shit 2 months after old girl done passed away? Ahmaud Arbery. We didn't find out about this. Like, it's how they, like Elijah McCain is a prime example. This Elijah McCain happened, right? And that happened like August of like 2019. We didn't find out until 2020.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong?
Yeah, that's how they treat investigations. They try to keep everything secret so that they don't mess up. They don't want to taint the jury or whatever it is. Yeah. But like it's gotta be something better than what's going on. But like back to the photography, like I think the best photographers are like the ones you don't even know that's there. You know what I mean? And like so, the thing that stuck to me is that you said that there are people there who want to take portraits. Why are you there, really? You know what I mean? Like you're benefiting off of the clout, right? Yeah, and capturing what needs to be captured. You there for the clout?
I don't know. I kind of personally, I removed myself from the whole situation and thought of it more as historic. Whatever like people were doing at that time, it's never gonna happen again. And to manipulate it, I felt was kind of just the wrong way to handle it. So I just took what it was. It was like everyone who was there. I think history. I don't think for that time is going to repeat itself.
It better not, because I'm outside.
It might. I hope it doesn't. Right. People will be outside.
Right.
But I just felt that to not impede, at least with what was happening, might have been the best way to take it.
Yeah, absolutely. As an artist, I can see that because you just want to capture the emotion, you know what I mean? You don't want to insert your bias. Exactly. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
And like I felt like even like, let's say something's happening now, I come up to like, can I take your picture? It just gets the whole, everything just falls out of flow. Right. Just like let the photographers just stay on the side. Like don't, like they're activists and they're photographers. Like let people play their own roles.
Right. Yeah, 100.
What The Rock said, know your role.
Shut your mouth.
Know your role.
How has the response been to what you captured?
I think it's been pretty positive, at least for what I'm doing, because it's like we have the mainstream media who is capturing only a select amount of things and interpreting it however the mainstream people behind the desk are forcing them to do it. And then there's independent photographers who are actually just showing the people what the people are doing, and it's kind of like an unfiltered reality. So I find that I'm not really, all I'm doing is showing reality. It's like an unedited
you can't
reality.
Spin that. Yeah, that's a picture, baby.
It's just what it is. This is the truth of what's happening in the streets right now.
Yeah, that's facts. Salute, bro. This dope. That's dope.
Have there ever been moments where like you like, oh, I'm in a fucked up situation right now, like either gotten caught between groups of people, or like stuck in a crazy situation where it's like, yo, bro, I might like this, something that scared you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been pepper sprayed a few times, maced just for trying to take photos. I think to be a successful photographer, you have to have one motto.
One good mace.
No, with some goggles, there's ways to get around that. I don't think you need to get maced.
All right.
You're at home just mace training.
Get the milk, Mom.
You don't want to get maced. But I think the main rule, it's like the rule, at least that I carried with me, is just to say to yourself, I don't give a fuck. You gotta do it. People are gonna think what they think. You're gonna think. You just have to not
Don't forget the milk, man. That's